Hi everyone, it's Halloween week and it's Crafty Wednesday, so let's make a folk art pumpkin man. Hi everyone, Marlene here with Buffalo Check Chicks. Now I bought this folk art pumpkin man several years ago, and he came from Hobby Lobby, and he was $13.99. Wow. Of course, I probably got him 40 or 50% off. And like I say, I've had him several years. So let's try to duplicate him. So I have this can that had cookies in it, and I thought I would use that as my tubular base. You can use anything, any size you want, from just a pill bottle all the way to something huge, just depending on the size of the pumpkin you're using. So I had this scrap paper on hand, so I thought I'd go ahead and use it. And it's a striped green, orange, pink, a little bit different, but I didn't want to go buy anything. Like I say, this can be any color you would like. So I went ahead and measured the size of the can and cut out the scrap paper, and I'm just going to use a little dab of hot glue, and I'm going to roll it. I'm going to roll the scrap paper right around it. This is such an easy project, and it really was a lot of fun. Doesn't take long. This would be something kind of fun for kids that can use glue guns. Not real young kids, but a little bit older, because the hot glue, you got to watch them around the hot glue. So I just wrapped that scrap paper right around that can. Give another little dab of hot glue. Now I've got the lid off, but I'm going to keep that lid, and because that's what I'm going to use to glue my pumpkin head on. Now it's kind of cool because you can actually use this as a container. And at the end, I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can make this pumpkin head and attach it to something else. So that's the pumpkin I'm using. I've had it for years. It's pretty wore out. The stem is broke off of it. I don't need the stem because it's wearing a hat. Now, my buddy Kathy, the other half of Buffalo Check Chicks, gave me these pom-pom ribbon, I guess you would call it. I don't know where she got it, but it was only $1 a roll. Now, you can use ribbon of any sort. You can use lace, whatever your little heart desires. That's what's cool about this project. You can totally make it your own. Now, I did one layer around with the pom-poms, and I thought it looked a little skimpy, so I put another layer on it. So I think that's looking pretty cute. Now I'm going to take a few extra pom-poms and cut them off individually, and I'm going to use them like buttons down his shirt. Now, you can use buttons. You could use anything. Buttons would be super cute. If you wanted to make him look really folk art and the black and neutral colors, that would be so awesome. Like I said, I'm using what I have on hand. Later, I might try this project using the deeper colors. But there you go. So he's got 3 pom-pom buttons down the front. Kind of looking like a pumpkin clown, isn't it? Okay, so I have this felt, and I'm going to cut a circle, and I'm going to use that to glue on top of the can because I really need something to adhere the pumpkin head onto. So I'm going to show you, I just used, it's going to go right there on top. Now I'm going to use my ribbon spool to make a template. And you see there is a stripe of green in this pattern, so the green really looks good. So I'm just going to make a circle, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So there he goes, right on top. Just going to take a little dab of hot glue and put them on. Not going to glue the head on right now. I'm just checking for measurement. So there, I've glued that little piece of felt on, and that'll make it a lot easier for me to adhere that styrofoam pumpkin head on. Okay, so I'm going to trace out some eyes and nose and a mouth like a jack-o'-lantern face. And you can do anything you like here. You can get as whimsical as you want or as simple as you want. There's my little face. Traditional jack-o'-lantern face. So I just traced it on with pencil, and I'm going to get my black paint out, and I'm just going to paint it. Now, if I would have had ink, enough ink in my permanent ink marker, I would have just colored it in. But I need to replace my permanent ink marker because there was not enough ink in it. So there's what it looks like. Cute little jack-o'-lantern face. Now I had to do 2 coats. So I've got a little tad bit of orange there, the harvest orange, and I'm going to make little circles in his eyes. He's starting to look really cute. He's a bright pumpkin man, that's for sure. Okay, there's the little orange circles, little dots I put in the center of his eyes. I gotta let that dry a little bit. Okay, so this here, I cut out another circle using the same spool as a template. And that is going to be the brim of his hat. Now I found this contrasting scrapbook paper that has the exact same colors in it as the stripe that I used on his shirt. And that's what I'm going to make. I'm going to roll up a piece of paper to make a cone for his hat. So I just kind of rolled a piece of scrapbook paper on the diagonal, and of course it made a huge cone. And that would be awesome if you wanted a big long hat like that on a larger pumpkin. I think that would be so cute. You know, you can make it look as artsy or whimsical as you like. So I'm going to cut it. And there it is. So simple. And that is going to go right on that little pumpkin head. So I guess it's time to glue the pumpkin on. Let's get this pumpkin's head attached. And he just hot glued on beautifully. I had no problem getting anything to stick. I love hot glue. What a great invention. Remember back in the school days where they had paste? You had to let everything dry. So there's that little cone. And I'm just going to attach that. But before I do that, I have this paper Easter grass that I got at Dollar Tree. And I noticed in the one that I'm getting the design from, they did the same thing. So it's got a little hole in the top where his cone didn't quite meet. So I'm going to take some of this green paper grass, and I'm just going to fill in the hole. And I'm going to use that too. Pipe cleaner. That is going to help keep that hat in place. Because it's kind of hard to glue. You don't really have anything to glue it on with. So it held up perfectly. I just glued the hat on with a couple little dots of hot glue. And then I took that orange pipe cleaner and ran around the edge. And it glued down really well. So I thought, what can I use for arms? So I have some straws, and I cut one in half, and I'm just going to run a little bead of hot glue there and attach it, and then I'm going to start rolling it till I get the thickness I like, and that's going to be his little arm. And there's a second one. This is what I wanted to show you. if you had large pumpkins, you wouldn't have to attach them, but wouldn't they be cute on a candlestick holder or on top of a box? So there's lots of things you could do. You could make these pumpkin heads, and instead of using that cylinder, you could attach it on anything. Like I say, you can make this as whimsical as you would like. I'm going to try one with more neutral colors. Thanks for watching, everyone. And Halloween week will continue for the next few nights. So I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.